we beat a good basketball team. I thought our guys really stepped up, coming off 2 losses in a row, knowing the importance of defending our home court. I thought our guys really responded. We talked about that all year long, and every game's going to be like it was tonight. It's going to be a great opponent, talented players, great coaches, and I thought our guys did a really good job of staying focused at the task at hand, and that's getting us back, on a winning path. And so, really proud of our guys' effort, and then we have to continue to move on, enjoy today, and then we move on because there's no rest. You have to go to the next opponent.
Coach, congratulations on win number 300. Shamari Allen, him coming back tonight, I know he was probably itching to get back. Probably killed him to, miss the last couple of games. But how important was he coming back and gutting things out and contributing to the win tonight?
He was amazing. He's been amazing for us all season long. As I've mentioned to you guys before, it doesn't show up in the box scores always what he does for your team. He's just such a whirlwind out there. He's making plays. He's covering for guys defensively. He's blocking shots like he's a big man. Then he's out in the break. You never saw him get out there. He's the first one down the floor. Just does so many positive things for your team, and that's not to say that's not even mentioning his leadership. What a leader too. So he's a winner. He's a heart of a champion, and I'm just so happy we have him.
Your team flipped the script in some key areas versus the game the other day. Points in the paint, caused more turnovers. What did you like most about how the team responded after that loss and turned those categories around?
Well, we did a lot of watching tape and doing a lot of, internally just soul searching, like what can we do to be better? And we identified some of the things you just mentioned, and I thought our guys did a really good job of focusing on those areas, focusing on, being stronger with the basketball, playing through contact maybe to get more fouls. Thought our guys did a better job, overall just being more alert defensively when we were in the half court. And then offensively, I thought we've been playing pretty well. I thought in the second half, though, in this game, we still played well. I thought a lot of the games, second half games, we've kind of, we hadn't been as good offensively. We've been a little bit stagnant. Shot selection hadn't been what I really wanted it to be. I thought tonight's game, second half, we really valued all those possessions, which made it a lot better for us.
The past few times we've spoke, the topic of win number 300 has always come up. It's you're almost there. Now that it's finally happened, has it set in yet? How are you feeling personally right now?
I'm glad it's over. One, because I don't want that kind of pressure on our team, thinking that to win 300 for me, and you don't win it, then the next game get 300 for me, you don't win it, and that can build up, put pressure on guys. It's unfair to them. I want them to concentrate on, what we're trying to do as a team, what type of season we're trying to have, and not get caught up, how many wins that is for the coach that they're playing for. So I'm glad it's over, so that's no longer a factor in what we're trying to do, because our guys have great hearts, and I know they care and they want to do it for me. And we want to win because we want to win and we want to excel in the conference. And a byproduct is a win where I get my 300. It's not the other way around. So I'm happy that it's passed, so we don't have to worry about that anymore.
This team's built its defensive identity throughout the season. How key was the steals, the blocks, kind of forcing those turnovers and making those plays to feed that offense and get them back to that level?
Well, they were huge. That's how we wanted to build our team. We wanted to build a team that wanted to play 94 feet, play with great energy, play with really good pace. And our strength, as I've said, is in our numbers. And so the way you utilize your numbers means you have to have confidence that you can play at least 10 players on the floor. And that's what you see us doing. We're able to play a number of players because we think they all are good and they all can help us. And that allows our energy and effort to be at max all the time. Because if you're tired, we can sub you out confidently. We can put somebody in that can come in and contribute. So that's kind of what we've gone through with this season. That's what our belief has been. And we continue to think that that's the best way for this team to play.
I know you guys struggled going to the line against Baylor. That was not the case tonight. But not only going to the line, but executing free throws, 28 of 32.
Well, the tale of 2 games, right? 1 for 7. I was amazed because I know our guys are much better free throw shooters than that. And then to come out tonight and go 28 for 32. So I was really proud of their focus. They were locked in. We spent time on the free throw line today and spent time talking about the things we have to do. And again, they were able to respond, and that's what you want to see from your team. To go through this league, it's going to be the same word every time. Respond, respond. Because if you don't, you're going to find yourself in a bad way. And our guys did a really good job of responding in the areas they needed to for us to have a chance to win.
Shamari, is he the best defender guard you've had since you've been here? I mean, he got 5 defensive rebounds, 2 blocks, 2 steals. And clearly you missed him
Yes.
on the court, and your defense, he's a difference maker, isn't he?
No, he absolutely is, and we have to try to win, but we don't have those guys, of course, because we're never gonna make excuses. And but it's great having him back. I would think he and AJ Davis and maybe Darius Perry are the 3 guys that I think are probably the 3 best defenders that I've coached since I've been here. All of those guys were amazing in their own way. AJ was kind of similar to Shamari, whereas I think Darius Perry was more of an on-ball defender. Whoever he guarded, he pretty much guarded him well. Where Shamari's all over the place, AJ's all over the place. It seems like on any given possession, they may have guarded 3 different guys. I'm like, man, he guarded him, he's guarding the big guy, and he's back on the point guard. I'm like, my gosh. I love it because you have to have great energy and an amazing desire to accomplish that, and he has both.
The team held a ranked Oklahoma team to 37% shooting. How would you describe your defensive performance tonight?
I thought we had a really good defensive effort. I thought our guys really executed the game plan. They're a very good basketball team. It's hard to slow them down. They're really good in transition to get out and run. In the half court, they have all kind of weapons, shooters, guys that can finish around the basket. So they pose all kind of unique challenges. But I thought our guys really did lock in and execute the game plan and gave us a chance tonight.
For most that follow college basketball, this team has exceeded expectations. How do you evaluate where your team is at 4-5 at the halfway point of this Big 12 schedule?
Again, Trace, for me, it's always the same thing. We have our own standards and our own, what am I looking for? Our own expectations. And, people are going to, put expectations on you, and they should. And you make allowances for that because you have to put people where you think they're going to go when you're ranking them. But then internally, we don't have to accept those expectations and those standards. We have to have our own. And we still haven't achieved, what I think we're capable of achieving. So for us, we're going to keep pushing and keep fighting because we still haven't reached our full potential yet, as a program or as a team. And so I'm not going to settle for anything less. We're going to keep pushing until we find a way to get where we want to be. And that's the process that we're going through right now.
What will it take in the second half to make a run in the NCAA tournament,
We have to be better than we were in the first half, for sure. We have to clean up some things that we're doing against some teams that are very, very good. We have to be more sound defensively. We can't have any defensive lapses. As I think I mentioned last time I was in here, you can't play 35 minutes or 30 minutes in this league. It has to be 40 every time. Tonight it was 40, and we earned the victory. And so we need to grow and learn from that on the back half, that we have got to play 40-minute games. We can't have any let-ups in any of the games because these teams are too good. If you let up at any moment, they're going to capitalize on your mistakes. And then if we can build on that, we'll start gaining some momentum and start trying to achieve the things we think we can accomplish.
What happened with Scylla at the end of the first half? You just kind of showed some frustration.
I didn't see the play, so I got the information when I came out of at halftime. The referees pulled me aside and said that he was out, and so I didn't see it. So it's hard for me to evaluate what he did. Whatever it is, if it's something that was warranted, then we'll handle that internally like we always do. We always want to play with class. You win with class and you lose with class is what we always say. And so if it's something he did that wasn't correct, then we'll make the corrections internally and then we'll move forward. Because it's all about teaching lessons and young people learning these lessons as they move forward in life.
Coach Antoine Jones leading the way from the floor, 6 to 7, 3 or 4 from beyond the arc. What has it been like watching him evolve into kind of the starter that he was tonight?
Well, I'm really happy for Antoine. He's a young man that had a tough road. If you think about what he's gone through over his career, he's never had an opportunity that he has right now. And I like to see a young man making the most out of that opportunity. Like, we believe in him and what he can do for our team and our program. And I'm happy to see him stepping up in the roles that we've been giving him. And hopefully he continues to do what he's doing because he's another piece that adds value to our program and helps makes us better.
Of course, after these 300 games already passed, you've learned a lot, definitely. And I would like to know from your perspective, what do you think that you most appreciate from the 300 game, especially from this team of the season?
Well, I'm very grateful for the young men that have played for me. I was one of those former players, so I understand playing for my mentor, what that means. And so I'm just very grateful that I've been able to coach some amazing young men, not just because of wins, but because of the people that they are and the people that they've become. So that's the thing that I really, look at the most. I look back at each team, and I told my team after the game, I said I look back at each one of the teams I've coached and the players that was on those teams, and I'm just thankful I've had a chance to work with some amazing people.
When we talk to the head coaches, they always come in here and they talk about what a tremendous atmosphere they just played in here. Just talk about the evolution of this, because it seems like for years we kind of get you going and try to promote the game, and you want people to show up, and now it's every game is pretty much sold out. Tonight was just talking about how the fans have really stepped up during this first Big 12 season.
As you said, they've stepped up. And as we talked about before, I said if you guys step up, you never have to worry about the effort that we'll give. I mean, our guys will give a winning effort every night. And I think they're doing that. And we wouldn't be in this position, as we're talking about where we are and what we can do moving forward if it wasn't for our fans. Because the bottom line is we don't win several of these games if we didn't have them behind us. And like I said, they're truly our sixth man. They bring great energy. They're with us 100%. I can hear them sometimes. And I usually tune out a lot of things as a coach because we have to do that. But I can hear them, and they're really raucous. They're going after it, and that's what you want to have, that type of environment. So very thankful and grateful for their support, because without them, we wouldn't even be in the position we're in now.
You go on the road now for a couple games. You got no midweeks this week. Just take us through the approach this week as you get ready to play Texas Tech and then BYU for a second time.
Well, we have to look at this week as an opportunity to continue to get better. I mean, we can get healthier and better. We have guys who are battling a few injuries and things, as you know. So hopefully this gives them a chance to continue to improve in that area. Then there are things we got to work on. It's a big week for us to work on, going to the second half of conference play, improving in areas that we know we have to get better at. And so we're going to hopefully spend this week at really working on those things execution-wise, both defensively and offensively.
What do you hope your team has learned from some difficult road games, hostile environments? You've talked throughout the season about composure.
Yes,
That's part of the messaging for the week.
Absolutely, it has to be for us. That's where it begins and ends with us. We have to stay composed for that 40 minutes, because when people come here in our environment, it's like this, and you can see them lose their composure a little bit. We go on the road the same way. I think when you mature and you find out how good you can become, you go on the road with more of a sense of maturity, where you go, okay, we have to keep our composure. They're going to make runs. They're going to have their crowd. It's going to be in it. So you have to try to take their crowd out as much as we can by how well we execute. And we have to make sure when they are making these runs that we stay composed, because in basketball, you have to stop those runs and go on your own runs. And so we have to figure out how to do that. And that just, to me, is being in those situations repeatedly and learning from them. And so we've been in them through this first half. We need to learn from them, and those are things we need to work on and talk about as we go into this next week.
Time for more? What's the next milestone? 350, 4, 5?
Well, no, I really don't. In all seriousness, I don't really think about myself at all. I just think about what we can do with our teams, and each team is so unique. Each team is so different. Just think, this team will never be together again. It never will be in its entirety. No team typically is ever together in its entirety. So what you want to do is each one of these moments with each group that you have, you just want to maximize it, because there are really no do-overs, because it'll be somebody different next year. So my biggest thing is it's more about them than myself. It's how can I serve and help these young men, maximize who they are.
One more in the back, Coach, real quick.
Hey, Coach. Jalen before said that you believed in him. What attributes did you see that maybe no one else saw?
Again, I think he has an amazing heart. I mean, he's I've coached a lot of players, and I don't think there's anybody I've coached is any more competitive than he is. His desire to compete, desire to win is at an all-time high. And it's our job as coaches to put him in the right place to be successful, but he comes with an amazing spirit. He and Shamari both have added so much to our program, not just with the points, but with who they are. And so when in recruiting, and sitting down, looking into his eyes, you can just see that fire burning, that he wants to win, he wants to be a part of something special. And it starts with that, because you have to have that belief and that desire. And definitely we believed in him, and I tell you what, I've enjoyed coaching that young man every single practice, every single game.
All right. Thanks, guys.
Thank you, guys.
Congratulations.
Thank you, guys.